Bruno Guimarães to Arsenal is now totally done. Obviously, did a little video yesterday saying Arsenal obviously closing in, pretty much done. It is going to get done, and now the next day, the morning, it's now officially been done. Originally, you saw the Newcastle guy say it, and then you got the main two, David Owenstein, saying first of all that Arsenal and Newcastle they finally reached an agreement for, Newcastle have sanctioned essentially the deal for Guimarães, and they wanted more, Arsenal wanted less, but they came towards a middle ground, and just wanted the deal overdone, which is fair enough. And obviously looks like he's going to be coming to Arsenal, and so that's obviously very good stuff there. Then obviously you got the here we go from Fabrizio Romano. You can see Guimarães, Arsenal. Here we go. Deal done for 75 million. So obviously confirmation of the price. New midfielder from Mikel Arteta. So it was close yesterday, and now it's finally done. Obviously it was a very weird saga because you had always it going to happen. Then he obviously told Newcastle he wants to leave. Then he thought it would speed up, but really took a few weeks saying, Arsenal are in talks, and then other people saying, nope, they're not even started club-to-club contact yet. Then over the weekend, yep, the deal's almost done. Then other sources saying, nope, the deal's not almost done. They had been rejected. They've only just started club-to-club contact. So it was a very weird saga. But then we finally got it. We didn't know when it was going to come, and you kind of felt the deal was getting closer. Newcastle's, losing their manager, getting a new guy. They just want a total reset, which is fair enough. And they finally sanctioned the deal, and we've got our man. And listen, talked about it yesterday, the quality of player we're getting here. It's an unbelievable player, a sensational player. Off the ball, he has all the attributes on the ball. How many times did maybe we look at our midfield last season thinking maybe it's a little bit stale, not enough quick passing? Guimarães, he wants the ball when we're getting pressed high. He wants the ball at all times. He's very press resistant. He's strong. Maybe when we're in trouble, he can win a foul, slow the game down. He's very good at that. He knows what the Premier League's like. He's even had a bit of Champions League experience too. So obviously, he'll be very useful for that. Even on the ball, as I said, like line breaking passes, somebody who's more risky with his passing, somebody who always wants to play the ball forward, has a beautiful long pass in him as well. Actually, I watched the overlap breakdown video. It's on the screen now. Make sure you guys watch it. It's a very good video on Bruno Guimarães and his qualities. When you see stats like line breaking passes, he's literally up there near the top. So he loves to get the ball in behind, long pass. Again, zooming it past round, even in and around the box. He's not scared when somebody's running at him. He'll receive the ball and have a little flick, do a little turn. He'll find a little pass that maybe wasn't on. He's very intricate in and around the box as well. And as I said, that's on the ball in the final third. He can do it, but even in defensively, very solid. He can read the pass. He's very strong as well. He's not going to get bullied off the ball. So he's a very complete midfielder. In my opinion, probably the best midfielder in the league outside of the top six. But obviously now he's in the top six, but you mean before. And a very complete midfielder, man. And I've always been a big fan of Bruno Guimarães. I wanted him before he went to Newcastle. Then when he went to Newcastle, his level didn't drop. And he's always been a sensational player, and I've loved him all this time. And to see him in the Arsenal colours feels inevitable, because it always feels like there's something there with Bruno Guimarães to Arsenal. And I'm buzzing about this. We talk about our midfield depth now. It was good before. Now you have Rice and Guimarães. I mean, when they're both ready, they can sort together. That's a ridiculous midfield pairing. Probably the best in the league. Also, City probably. Behind them, you have Miles Lewis-Skelly, Martin Zubimendi, Mikel Merino, more attacking players. You have Odegaard and Eze. Our midfield depth is extremely strong now as well. Even people like Nwaneri, who could go, could stay. So our midfield depth is we've got so many players in that position, and that's what we need. We want to compete on all fronts, and we've got depth everywhere, man. And that midfield depth is poof. It's looking very strong, man. Very, very strong. It's always difficult to upgrade your team when you've won the league, but I think Arsenal have done very well here to upgrade in this position, because he's a top player, Bruno Guimarães, and now he's ours. And even the price tag, fair enough. Obviously, fans, even including myself, can get frustrated with the saga from the outside looking in, saying, just pay the money, what you're doing, just hurry up, you're wasting time here. But fair play to Berta, fair play to everybody behind the scenes. They got him for 75 million. Newcastle, we all know, originally wanted around 90 to 100. Arsenal didn't want to pay that much, and people are saying pay the money, but this is maybe the difference between, obviously it's a kind of a Spurs this, I guess, but Spurs just straight away paid the money for Tonali, straight away paid the money for Fernandes, no negotiating, and maybe overpaid, whereas Arsenal, to be fair, maybe they're in a worse position because they have to pay, and they're going to have competition coming in, whereas we can be more patient. But we can maybe say, no, we're going to go negotiate, take our time, as long as he's here for a bit of pre-season, and that's what we've done. So if we had just paid the money, we've saved a good bit of money, which can now be reinvested towards, other positions you'd hope and other stuff. So fair play to Berta and everybody because they negotiated this well. Yes, us fans can get impatient, but just shows why they're in charge, getting a very good price, 75 million. Yes, it's maybe a player who's turning 29 soon, but in football, once you turn 30, you don't turn rubbish. That's not how it works, despite, you think the transfer market dictates that. And especially in this midfield market, you see Elliot Anderson, Tonali, Fernandez. In my opinion, right now, Bruno Guimarães, yes, he's older, but he's a better player than all these guys. And again, 75 million, I think that's a sensational deal, man. Very, very top stuff from Arsenal and Berta. So the price tag is good. And as I said, the player's absolute top quality. Obviously, people are excited about potentially getting Vinny. Have to wait and see what happens there. If it happens, if it doesn't, but I think the excitement towards that is maybe making people, Arsenal fans and even rival fans, maybe overlook this deal. But don't, guys. Yes, Vinny, whatever. That's massive if we can get that over the line. Or if we don't, but this signing is still in itself massive. To get somebody next to Rice, something that we don't have, somebody who can offer something different. Again, top player, man, and I can't say enough how big of a fan I am of Bruno Guimarães, and to see him in an Arsenal shirt, didn't think it was going to be possible, especially with Newcastle losing all these guys, but Guimarães pushed through it, which was a big thing as well, and yeah, fair play to him. He's got his move. Arsenal have got their man for a good price as well, and this is a top signing. So the deal is done. No saga anymore, and he will be an Arsenal player. I don't think he'll play the game against Betis, but maybe the game on the weekend to hopefully play that game. And yeah, really looking forward to seeing what he can do in an Arsenal shirt. And again, guys, top signing, man. Very complete midfielder. One of the best midfielders in the league, in my opinion. And hopefully he only goes up more and more levels for Arsenal as well. And you even saw him in the World Cup. Brilliant. So good stuff from Arsenal. Good stuff from Berta. And I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do in an Arsenal shirt. But the deal is done. The here we go has been given. And Bruno Guimarães will be or is an Arsenal player.